That's quite unfitting music if someone actually died, but quite fitting because it's almost Halloween. How did I get into this mess? That's far enough. You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Wait! You can't run forever! What? What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this! But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title, Phoenix, Wright? Judge Goofy, no! Oh, he just smacked me with his hammer. It's like... Well, thanks for watching, folks. I can't believe he's dead already. What a nightmare. And I bet it was this ringtone that caused it. I really shouldn't be dozing off right before a trial starts anyway. Phoenix, you not gonna answer your phone right now? Like... Beep. No, apparently not. Ah. Good, I finally found it. Wait, what? Talk about a close call. I hate to do this to you, but... It's nothing personal, Mr. Attorney. Wait, what, am I the one dead? A few minutes later, District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. Did I just get killed by a fire extinguisher? Ouch, my head, it's throbbing. And why does it feel so foggy in there? For quite a lot of crime seems to occur within the building. Good morning. Good morning. What's wrong? You don't look well. People are at their best first thing in the morning. Where's that fighting spirit? Oh, I'd fucking hate to work with you. Sorry, but can you please turn the cheeriness down? My head sort of hurts. Oh, I'm terribly hungover, kid. Am I in trouble or something? Huh? Trouble? Wait, never mind. You're a policewoman, right? I thought maybe I'd done something wrong? What are you talking about? I'm the one in trouble. What? I'm placing my life in your hands today, Mr. Phoenix, right? Life in my hands? You promised me. You said you would prove that I was not guilty. Not guilty? Oh, don't tell me I'm gonna have a fucking amnesia arc as Mr. Phoenix, right? Oh no. Don't tell me I've forgotten everything. What is this girl babbling about? Oh, I shouldn't have had so much whiskey last night. So, this might sound bad, but, who are you? This is not what you want to hear from your attorney the moment before you go into court. What? Mr. Wright, how can you say that? How can you do this to the fragile heart of a girl about to go on trial? You're absolutely horrible. No, I mean, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, I'm sorry, I had, like... so many shots at Jaegerbomb last night, and I think there was some tequila at some point, kid. You want to go for like a McMuffin before we go to court? Is this how a defense attorney treats his clients, sir? I can't believe this. No, it's just... well, I think you have the wrong person. Yes, I'm... Who am I? Oh no. From the sound of things, it's probably safe to say that I'm a defense attorney. This is not, like, can we delay court proceedings, or is it still like Japanese court of law where we only have 3 days? Like, this is real bad. Like, we're gonna go into court and like the judge is gonna be like, Mr. Wright, there appears to be blood running down your nose. Is everything okay? Well, tough shit if it's not. I want to be finished by lunchtime. Oh, thank God, we got the wimpy prosecution at least. Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. What is it, Mr. Wright? Are you talking to me? Nowden, are you ready? No. What if I said no? Would that be alright? No, of course it wouldn't. Because the defendant is a member of the police. This case is under great scrutiny. Therefore, we must make this trial fair but swift. He really does want to leave by lunchtime. As I'm sure you're well aware, the defendant is accused of killing her lover. What's worse, her lover was a fellow police officer. A policeman? You did what to a policeman? Phoenix, why are you yelling at your client so loudly in the courtroom? Mr. Payne, please call your first witness. It's been a while, Mr. Wright. Mr. Payne, you're no one's favorite character in this game. Okay, and who are you again? That's without amnesia, most people have forgotten who this character is. Here we go. Don't let me down, Mr. Wright. Nowhere to hide. I'm so dead. This is really not what you want to hear from your defense attorney. My name is Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm the defense detective in charge of homicides down at the precinct, sir. You don't look very well, detective. Well, sir, the defendant, she works under me, so you know. You work under that detective? Yes, sir. And while I was a trainee, he was always watching out for me, sir. The victim was one of the local cops, Dustin Prince. He was pushed down from the benches on the upper path, sir. The landed beat his body up bad and snapped his neck. The details are listed in the report that was distributed yesterday. Even the estimated time of death is unusually well documented. The victim's watch stopped from the impact of the landing, sir. The results of the autopsy confirmed the time of death. If I may, Your Honor, the prosecution would like to submit this photograph. Very well. The court accepts it into evidence. Okay, the victim fell from the walking path above. Noted. I recall at yesterday's preliminary hearing, a very important piece of evidence was brought to our attention. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, sir. Yes, I guess? Mr. Wright, is your head on right today? No, Your Honor, I've been trying to tell you. I was assaulted like 5 minutes ago in this very courthouse. Have you lost your mind? Well, actually, it's just nerves. Give me a second. What? How can you talk like such an amateur? I thought you were a pro, sir. Alright, sir. I'll help you through this. Imagine like you're a patient going in for brain surgery and like your doctor is like, oh, I'm having a rough day, my nerves are shot. Like, well, it's okay. I'm gonna give you the moral support you need to operate on my brain. At a time like this, maybe you ought to take a glance at the court record. Court record? Yup. Info about evidence and people involved with this case are all listed there, sir. You can look at the court record by pressing tab. It's my all-important badge. It shows that I am a defense attorney. Found this in my pocket, but I don't remember what it means or how it got there. That's probably just my phone. Time of death, 6th of September at 6:28. Cause, broken neck. Body was also covered in bruises. Glasses found under the victim's body. Pieces of nearsighted lenses were found nearby. And the victim fell from the walking path above. The victim grabbed his killer's glasses as he was being shoved, sir, and held on to them as he fell. Hey, why are you giving me the evil eye? Those glasses you're wearing. Yes, this is my spare pair. But these glasses they found at the scene of the crime are not mine, I swear, sir. So what Phoenix like glasses were found at the crime scene? Wait a minute. You're wearing glasses right now. Your Honor, I have further evidence to present. No, you have more. For some reason, I'm getting like a Weevil Underwood vibe from him. Maybe he's not like, can I do that voice? And this evidence is very decisive. Hee hee hee. And this evidence is very decisive. Say goodbye to Exodia. No! There's something even more incriminating than them glasses under the victim's body, sir. During his date, the victim was pushed from the bench area, but he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. Wait, what? What? I don't like saying it, but it was clearly the defendant's name, Maggie, sir. With this piece of evidence and the glasses, it's hard not to say she's the culprit. Wait, his neck snapped, but he still had time to spell out the name. Like, surely if his neck snapped, like he's already paralyzed at that point. But, I already told you, those glasses aren't mine. How do you explain his dying message? It's a conspiracy. I'm not guilty, sir. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? This is it. I'm counting on you. Sure, but what am I supposed to do? What? This isn't like you at all. Okay, I'm gonna lend you a hand. The prosecution's witnesses all hide things from the court, which means they lie from time to time. Well, even if they don't mean to lie, sometimes people just remember things wrong. Like that detective. Just sort of look like a scatterbrain. That's why when you question witnesses, you have to find and expose their lies. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. But he managed to write the culprit's name on the ground where he landed. The culprit's name. Yeah, I was surprised too. I didn't want to believe it, but... Hey, hold on! Huh? Don't me. I know the picture says Maggie, but... Now that she mentions it, something does feel kind of off about this picture. There's a profiles button. Oh, okay, this is a new section. Is it gonna be... He misspelled her name! Wait a minute, there's a typo! I mean, if it's in his dying moments, cut him some slack, like his neck's already broken. Okay, the name is spelled wrong. I forget what this finger does, Your Honor. What is it? What's come over me? Without thinking, I just blurted out, objection. And I yelled at the top of my lungs, finger outstretched, ready to take on my opponent. What a rush! Please state the defendant's name for me.
What are you trying to prove with this futile exercise, Mr. Wright?
You'll see. This is a very crucial line of questioning. Actually, Mr. Payne, you can answer. The defendant's name, if you please.
Where is this ridiculous question coming from? The defendant's, name is, Maggie Bird.
I think someone needs to check the court record.
What? It says right here that it's Maggie Bird. Ah!
It looks like the bird caught the cat napping. A man is dead. The victim did indeed leave a name, Maggie. However, the defendant's name is actually spelled Maggie. This feels like a technicality more than anything. Minor spelling mistake. I win, you lose, goodbye.
But maybe the victim didn't know how to spell her name correctly.
May I remind you that it was you who said the defendant is accused of killing her lover. If they were truly lovers, it would be impossible for him to not have known her names.
No!
Officer Prince and Officer Bird have been going out for about half a year. It sounded like they were even talking about marriage. The day of the incident just happened to be the victim's birthday, sir. Maggie, Officer Bird, had gotten Officer Prince a present. It was something she had bought over 2 months ago. I should have known because she came to me to ask what she should get him for him. So, what was this birthday present? You got him a glove. A single glove? Why would you only give him one? Officer Prince was a huge baseball fan. A baseball glove? Press further. Are you saying she bought the glove at a store that far in advance? Nah, nothing like that, pal. Then what is it like? She ordered it. It was custom made. Custom made? The glove was custom made. I assume this is gonna get back to the case in some capacity. Well, he had to pre-order because the game hadn't released yet. It was a copy of Super Mario Superstars for Nintendo Switch. Doesn't release until next week, you see, so she wanted to get an advanced copy in. That glove is the key to this whole case. It is? Alright. Yes, bluffing to the max. Now, this is the Mr. Wright I know. Mr. Wright! I can hear your client speaking clearly in the court. You appear to be bluffing? Actually, I brought the glove with me today. And? Why didn't you say so earlier? Hurry and show the glove to the court. Well, I didn't think it had anything to do with this case. Anyway, this is it, sir. It's, rather yellow, isn't it? Officer Prince really liked the color yellow. And that's why you had to special order it. Yep, that's right. That and one other reason. I think this court has heard enough. It is clear that the victim and the defendant were involved with each other.
Yes, that's correct, Your Honor.
Now, if that is true, it brings up an important question. Was the name Maggie really written by the victim?
I see your point, Your Honor. Detective Gumshoe, please tell the court a little more about the name on the ground.
Weevil Underwood is like, his voice is collapsing. I have to
say goodbye to Exodia! Yeah!
It's so close to Toad. We first looked into the handwriting. Unfortunately, we couldn't confirm that it was the victim's handwriting. Next, we checked the victim's pointer finger. We found that there was sand trapped under the victim's fingernail. There were also scratches on his skin that were caused by him writing on the ground. From this, we could confirm that the victim wrote his name with his right hand. That is a right-handed baseball glove. Okay. I'm just checking that now. Listen to this, you would think there was only one conclusion. The name was definitely written by the victim. But don't you think that would be really strange, sir? If Dustin really wrote that message with his right hand. Do you think I would have gone through that much trouble to get him his present? Oh, wait, okay. Is this just me? Maybe I just have a poor understanding of baseball. Because it's two hands, isn't it? You have your throwing hand, which is your main one, and then you must catch it in your offhand. Is that right? I don't understand baseball. I think that's what the problem is here. Detective Gumshoe, take a look at this. It looks like a bunch of bananas. There's another reason why it's special. And what would that be? It's very simple. This glove is made for a left-handed person. That is why it had to be custom made. I have never seen a bright yellow left-hander's glove for sale. Have you? Well, no. So, detective, which hand did the victim use to write the name with again? Look, it's obvious from this picture that it was his... Well, wait a sec. Don't forget that the victim was left-handed. Don't forget that the victim's neck was snapped at this point in time. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn. A left-handed person could not have written a message with his right hand. I mean, at a stretch. It's not technically impossible to do. For some reason, I took it upon myself to write it on the notepad, and I was thinking, let me get this on stream because it'll be a sick joke to like compare the two. But no, it's just like bad handwriting. And what if he's ambidextrous? We don't know. Some people can train their other hand. We're overlooking the fact that his neck's been snapped. I feel like that's a more important piece of evidence. Therefore, the person who wrote the name Maggie could not have been the victim. The evidence the prosecution has presented has failed to prove the defendant's guilt. In fact, I believe you have proven her to be innocent.
No!
Alright, you did it, Mr. Wright. I will now announce my verdict. This court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird.
No, not yet. I mean, please give me a few more minutes, Your Honor. We would like to call our next witness to the stand.
What? There's a second witness. And what did this witness witness?
The moment the victim was pushed to his death.
I believe a recess is in order. Afterward, we will hear from this new witness. I had a feeling that was a bit too easy. I need more information. I'll have to see what I can find out during this recess. Can't let my guard down. It's only gonna get tougher from here. If this witness saw the murder, why weren't they brought on first? I don't know. I won't question court. Amnesia? I can't believe my lawyer's trying to defend me in such a state. Why didn't you tell me, sir? I heard you can fix something like this with a really strong shock to your system. Come on, lower your head a little. A Maggie kick should be all you need. No. I think I'll pass on this one. Come on. I'm sorry. Whenever I see someone in trouble, I have a hard time leaving them alone. That's why I kicked them in the skull instead, because that will clearly help the situation. I was wondering if you could help me figure out a few things about myself. This poor client. I'm just not really sure where I'm going in life, Maggie. There's been a lot on my mind. My friend Edgeworth kept being accused of murder repeatedly, and it took its toll on me. I wanted to know if I was doing the right thing with my life. I'll tell you what, sir. You can have this back. Maybe it'll help. This is a business card. Got this from you. It's my most prized possession. That's kinda sad. Oh, that's your cell phone number. Phoenix's business card added to the court record. My business card. I hand her out my cell number on the back. I can't think of anything other than the incident with that cell phone, but... Cell phone? Yeah, your eyes lit up when we talked about it at the detention center, sir. Hurry up then and tell me. This might be very important. I picked up a lost cell phone while on a walk with Dustin. Oh no, the fucking blue badger's back. Hello? Oh, thank you. I've been searching for my phone. Is this yours? Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. Dustin and I waited for the person to show up, but they never did. So where's this phone you found now? I gave it to you yesterday. Ah, to me? You mean this? You think it has anything to do with the murder? I don't really know, but if my eyes lit up... Ah! You were here all along! Oh! You're so mean. I called you a million times, but you wouldn't pick up. And when I went to check it in the courtroom, everyone had already left. Maya's back! Now, who in the heck is this? Let me guess. I'm supposed to know this girl, too. Hey, good morning, Maggie. And a good morning to you, too, Maya. So, how's it going? Is there a word for worse than abysmal? Oh? And what if I said that everything will be fine? That's right, it's Maya to the rescue with the ultra-decisive, super important evidence. From beyond the grave again. Here you are, Nick. The thing you wanted me to bring. Huh? Oh, thanks. What the heck is this, a list? It looks like these guys are up to no good. No good? As in, there's a group of con artists the police are currently investigating. I think these guys are members of that group. These numbers were in the memory of that phone Maggie found. So that's where they're from. You're awfully forgetful these days, Nick. I hope I never get to be a forgetful old prune like you. Phoenix is aging rapidly since the events of the first game. Please bring the defendant and return to the courtroom immediately. Oh, oops. Guess you have to get going. We can talk about you being old later, Nick. Oh, can feel the years of my youth being drained. Court will now reconvene. Please call your next witness to the stand, Mr. Payne.
Yes, Your Honor. But before I do, if I may say a few words.
What is it, Mr. Payne?
It's about the next witness. He has a tendency to say things that might rub people the wrong way, you see. So I asked if the court might be a little lenient on.
There is no need to give a preface. Just call up and call your witness, please.
Please state your name for the court, witness.
Before I do, I'd like to clarify a little something. Just now, you introduced my wonderful self to the court, correct? Perhaps as a drifter who was taking a walk.
Did I?
But I will not stand for that. Now you've tinted the court's eyes and colored me wrong. Sure, I suppose calling me a university student, but just I'm merely looking for that perfect, top-notch, unbeatable university. Do I have a rigorous selection? Excuse me. Fashion, cars, women, glasses, and of course university. First rates only need apply. Glasses? You aren't wearing glasses. I am Richard Wellington, drifting virtuoso with a PhD in drifting, as it were. Oh my god, it's me. They used to call me the Drift King back in college, you understand now. The Drift Doctor, if you will. A PhD in drifting. Oh my god. What you witness will do, Mr. Wellington. Please address me by my proper title. The Drift Doctor. I was drifting through the park. A magnificent drift. A 45-degree angle on the corner. I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. I don't remember the time all that well, but I do believe it was past 6 p.m. All of a sudden, a police officer falls from above, right in front of my eyes. Without a thought, I looked up, and there I met the eyes of a charming young lady. Of course, I remember her sweet face. It was that of that pretty defendant there. The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. So even he thinks it's a banana. Yeah, I was at the park all afternoon, deep in thought about my life situation. Alright, we have to press this guy. So you're at the park all afternoon. You seem to have a lot of free time. That was very rude of you. But then again, what can I expect? That's what you get from a man who graduated from a no-name, trashy university. I have to think very carefully about the future of our great country. But I thought you said you were thinking about which college to go to just now. Oh, please. Which university I go to will directly affect the very future of this country. That arrogant little snot. And how'd you know he's a police officer? Let me take a moment to adjust my hair once again. You obviously have no idea how powerful my deductive reasoning skills are. With one glance, I could tell which kind of occupation he held. That shoddy, do-it-yourself hairstyle. It was also the way in those cheap, low-quality shoes. Oh, and I suppose it was also the way he was wearing the police officer's uniform. Whew! The only other thing I saw was the banana that fell with the police officer. Okay, well, it's not a banana. Maggie never mentioned anything about a bunch of bananas. That's it, Nick. He's got to be lying about the bananas. He could be, but there's no reason for him to lie about there being bananas at the crime scene. It's quite clear what fell. What I'm more worried about is the guy fell in front of him. That's all he saw, and the glove fell. He didn't see him write Maggie's name. If he mistakes someone else for a bunch of bananas, then that would be an inaccuracy. Think, Phoenix, think. I believe I have the bananas you saw. Right here. Ah, so you knew about the bananas too. Why didn't you say so earlier?
Isn't that the baseball glove?
Huh? What? A baseball glove? Doesn't it look delicious? Care for a bite? That's not. It's a... No! This witness loves bananas. By the way, just how bad are your eyes? Huh? How what? Why are you asking me this all of a sudden? You're one of those people. Yes, you know what I mean. You're like those people who refuse to accept Galileo. There's possibilities in the end. Entropy will be the heat out of the universe and will claim us all. The truth is out there. You simply choose not to believe. And that is why I asked how bad your eyesight is. They're both 2200. I suppose you're going to tell me that's terrible, right? Why are you not wearing your glasses today then? That's because I lost them recently, you see. Of course, I was planning on getting a new pair made right away. But you know, my glasses are no ordinary glasses, so to replace them. How about when you witnessed the crime? Were you wearing your glasses then? You're like those people who rejected Joan of Arc and put their text. She was brave and courageous, only to be caught by terrible and unrighteous people. And why she didn't do anything wrong, she was gruesomely burned at the... Which boils down to you not wearing your glasses that time. Therefore, the identity of the woman at the scene of the crime and that of the defendant cannot be proven to be the same by this witness.
But the height difference was only 9 feet. It was very possible for him to see the face of the culprit stand on the upper pat.
The girl in the upper pat ran away as soon as she realized I was there. After that, I immediately called the police station to report the crime. It must have been 6:45 p.m. when I made the call. You ran away just like that? Yes, she did. She saw me and flew the nest like the guilty bird she is. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that pun too hard for someone who only got a third-rate education? Jesus Christ, he's bad. Actually, that did take me a few seconds to get. Phoenix is like, well, my degree is doing me no favors here. My education is quite lacking. Maybe if I applied myself better in college, I'd understand his humor. How do you know what time it was? That detective told me. You know which one I mean. The one with the jacket that makes him look like a dropout from a no-name high school. Hey, pal, I graduated from pretty good, top-ranked college. All of you know I graduated from the top of my class, sonny boy. According to this, the murder occurred at 6:28 p.m. So what of it? You said that you called the police immediately after the murder took place. However, by the time you had called the police, it was already 6:45 p.m. There's clearly a 15-minute gap here. Do you deny it? Fuck! I think this court would like to hear what you were doing during this 15-minute gap. Grr! I was searching for a phone booth. A phone booth? You mean you don't have a cell phone? You and your questions. As if you're trying to open all the layers of a Matryoshka doll. Is that how you pronounce that? That's like the Russian doll. I lost my cell phone. There. Are you happy? Unbelievable. You lose your glasses and your cell phone. You must be very scatterbrained when it comes to your belongings. What? Are you saying the first-rate people are never allowed to lose things? Haven't you ever heard about all genius have a strange quirk too? So, but our rational society meaning quirks, that means you are a genius. I don't think simple, plain people like you can understand. Enough! Nick, that cell phone. Could it be? You mean this phone Maggie found? There's no way. I found my phone, I'll have you know. See, here it is. Oh, I see. Your Honor, the witness's testimony does not make any sense. I don't believe that there was ever the need for the witness to search for a phone. All the defendant had to do was walk 3 steps. Mr. Wellington, why'd you not use the phone that was right in front of you? Ooh! Can you offer an explanation as to what the witness was doing during those 15 minutes? I have no idea. But you know what? We're gonna wing it. This is their phone. Oh, and for the case, we got Maya to check the phone number to prove that this is the phone. Perhaps this is the evidence you need to be convinced. Oh. I'm just teasing you, Your Honor. I thought I'd just wing it, you know, give that a shot. Well, they didn't have their glasses, maybe? Because we know that that's probably their glasses. Mr. Wellington, these are your glasses, aren't they? Ah, where did you find? Ah! I believe the court all heard what you just confessed to. That these glasses are in fact yours. These glasses were found under the victim's body. Under the victim's body? As he fell, Dustin Prince grabbed the culprit's glasses. The culprit knew he had to find his glasses and searched frantically for them. And that is why it took him 15 minutes to make that call. Are you indicting the witness as the real murderer? That seems to happen a lot in this court with you. Ooh! Oh! Ah! A posh cry. Let's hear your explanation as to why you are not the murderer. Why, that's easy. For example, there's the name the victim wrote. What about that? But we already know this was not written by the victim himself. After all, the defendant's name is Maggie, and the victim was left-handed. In other words, in order to make the defendant look guilty, the real criminal used the victim's right hand to write the name on the ground. But, wouldn't that mean the real criminal was someone the defendant knew? Otherwise, how else would that person know her name was Maggie? Maggie. Maggie found this in the park. She got in contact with its owner, but they never showed. Mr. Wellington, you didn't have your cell phone with you on the day of the murder, correct? On the day of the murder, Maggie Bird picked up a lost phone in the park. And she also received a phone call from the owner of the phone. Is this yours? Oh, I'm glad you called. We can meet up and I can give this back. I'll be right there. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name. You can call me Maggie. But you made one fatal mistake. Fatal mistake? My client's name is Maggie, but the name that was written on the ground was Maggie. This is a mistake that could only occur if all you knew was how her name sounded. Can you explain what the motive this witness could have had? It's very simple, Your Honor. Are you sure, Nick? If I said I can't offer an explanation, then the trial's over, right? Yeah, but... Now then, please present to this court proof that the witness had a motive. Mr. Wellington's motive is right here. What is this? A list? These phone numbers were pulled from the memory of the phone the defendant found. And we have determined that the people on this list are members of a certain group. The names and numbers belong to people who are members of a certain con artist group.
What? Con artists?
Can you explain why these numbers were on your phone, Mr. Wellington? This is an outrage. An invasion of privacy. Looking up the phone numbers on a person's phone is worse a crime than murder. You're one of those people. You're just like the cops who raid that brilliant artist. They disrupt the genius word, you know, I'm getting real tired of these words. They used to call me the rhyme sling king back in college. I talked too fast, so they simply gave me my degree. No one could be bothered to translate what I had to say. I'm drifting and slurring over all my speech. Mr. Wellington is a member of this very group. No! All of your friends' phone numbers are stored right here on this phone. If anyone were to look into these phone numbers, it would be all over for you. That is why you had to kill.
The defendant had already promised that you would return the phone. After that, all Mr. Wellington had to do was meet Miss Bird to get his phone back. Why then would he need to kill anyone?
That is a valid point. Maybe that slimeball saw something at the crime scene that made him commit murder. Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? Well, it's the fact that he was a policeman. That would have to be it. What Mr. Wellington saw was the victim.
The victim? You mean Dustin Prince?
Dustin Prince had gone on his date right after his shift was over. With no time to change, he went to the park still wearing his police uniform. Oh! He couldn't have known they were going out, so he began to worry. He was afraid the policeman would ask a few questions before returning the phone. Officer Prince was murdered, simply because he was in uniform. Mr. Payne, do you have any comments?
I'm thinking.
It seems the truth has come out at last. The witness, Mr. Wellington, you are. Ha! Aha! Impressive! Not bad for a person with a third-rate education. All you've been wavering around and talking about is that suspicious cell phone. Suspicious phone number this, suspicious con group that. They're all on that phone. But who's to say that phone is really mine? Where's your proof? Your evidence? I think he's lost it. I mean, fingerprints on the phone. The only reason I'm thinking that is because the victim's name is literally Dustin Prince, as in Dustin Prince. That is quite unfortunate. I got it. We should check for fingerprints. Fingerprints? Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Wellington must have left some prints on his phone. Nick, don't you remember? When you got that from Maggie, you wiped it off. I what? Oh no. How many times do I have to say this? My phone is right here, you see? Oh, and incidentally, you can't check the numbers stored in this phone. It must have glitched because all the numbers just magically disappeared. I sent my phone to the chemical factory, you see. What will you do now, Phoenix Wright? College Von Karma, no! Where did you finally find your cell phone? Oh, you had too much. And of course you have no idea what I'm talking about. Oh my god. Now I remember. Phoenix does not look too impressed by this phone. Ah, good. I finally found it. So, was he just looking around the courtroom? Mr. Wright, if you cannot prove the owner of that cell phone is, your indictment has no basis, and therefore no power. It looks like you came up a penny short. Well, all the evidence points towards him, but we're gonna pick apart your case from here, Phoenix. We find the defendant guilty. I think I may be able to prove it. Prove it? Prove what, Mr. Wright? Everything. This is my business card. It proves that I'm an attorney, and it will solve the case. Why, thank you. How nice. Here, please have one of mine. Judge's business card added to the court record. This card is important because of what is on the back. You wrote your cell phone number on the back, but that's exactly it. Can you please call this number from your cell phone? Huh? Right now, but court is still in session. It's okay. You'll see. Okay, if you say so. We are going to call my cell phone now. And then the court will see everything for what it is. Of all the idiotic, stupid things to... Ah! What? Why is my phone? And what is with this stupid sound and ringtone? How strange. I could almost swear that you're holding my phone. You're... Ah! No, 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 no! It can't! By the way, before I forget, thank you very much for the lump on my head this morning. I don't think I need to explain any further, except to say, when you went to retrieve your cell phone, you mistakenly took the wrong one. Oh, that's a long scream. Oh, he's dead. He actually strangled himself. Oh my god, he's dead. He is a man who lives on his pride and self-image alone. And in order to hide his involvement with the con artist group, he has become paranoid and has lost all ability to make rational judgments.
Then Mr. Wright, the phone you're holding.
It's Mr. Wellington's, naturally. Very well. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Maggie Bird, not guilty. They didn't used to call him the Drift Doctor back in college. No drift imposters on my watch. Because they actually did used to call me the Drift King back in college. I feel really bad for Dustin. He didn't do anything to deserve this. It's probably because of me. My whole life has been nothing but a whirlwind of bad luck and failures. Your whole life? It can't be that bad, can it? Since I was 6 months old, when I fell from the 9th floor of my apartment building. Oh my god. I've been hit by all sorts of vehicles, gotten sick from all sorts of foods, failed at almost every test I've ever taken, experienced almost every kind of disaster, and never won or even tied at a game of tic-tac-toe. Jesus Christ! My life has really been nothing but a string of disasters. That is, that's pretty bad. Up until I went to college, I was known as the goddess of misfortune. And then at the academy, everyone called me Lady Luckless. Everything is all my fault. Dustin's dead. Your head being all messed up. Well, I don't think my head is all that messed up yet. I'm going to find a new life. For myself, starting now. The next time we meet, I'm sure I'll have found a whole new ocean's worth of good luck by then, sir. Next time we meet, I'll only be an unlucky person instead of a goddess. It's gonna be real, like, sad or ironic if she shows up as, like, the next victim. Like, she's just dead in the next case. Sigh, what a horrible day. Got my memory back, but things are still a little fuzzy. But you're okay, and that's what counts. You've really had me worried. Come on, let's go back to the office. I'm afraid to ask, but here goes. So this might sound bad, but, who are you? That does sound really bad. After she was so insecure about being useless the entire duration of the last game. What? I thought you said you got your memory back. Everything really did come back to me. Detective Gumshoe. He's someone I've had clashes with in the past during certain cases. But he's also been a good ally during others. The judge. He's a lovable, kind old man who's absolutely fucking useless and probably should have retired long ago. But he's still here for some reason, and we have to win his favor for God knows what reason. This person. I haven't got a clue. We'll probably never see him again for the duration of this game. And this girl. Maya. You finally remembered. This is Maya Fey, my assistant. That's right. I have so many unforgettable memories about her. For example. To Nick, what's wrong? You keep staring at me. Don't tell me you've missed me. Well, yeah, I suppose I have. I feel like I haven't seen you in ages. We're not gonna have a flashback to, like, our other assistant from the extra case in, like, game 1. I can't even remember her name, but she's just gone now. Come on, Nick. Let's go to our usual burger joint. Okay. Actually, it hasn't even been that long since she came back into my life. And that story began on one rainy afternoon. 2 months ago. Wait, are we getting a flashback episode? Like, who's she been accused of murdering this time? That was no accident. I was drugged with sleeping pills. I was murdered by that person? Oh god, it's a car crash. That's why I took my revenge. It's only fair, isn't it? Innie, I finally get to see you again, Dan. It's not your fault. Oh no, she's actually... Maya! Why has this happened again to you? I did it. I killed... Oh, for fuck's sake. Can't believe like something like this happened. Again. The events of that gloomy, rainy afternoon that started this whole mess keep playing through my mind. What depressing rain. Do you understand how depressed that makes me? Do you? I guess. But actually, more than being depressed, I'm angry. Angry at that weather girl on TV. What nerve! Calling herself a weather girl. She's going to hear about my $1,500 suit. About your case. Unless you plan on suing the weather girl? My name is Dr. Turner Gray. I'm a surgeon. Remind me never to end up under his knife. I'm here today because of this incident. Malpractice at Gray Surgical Clinic. 14 inpatients lose their lives. The one that screwed up was that nurse. It was her that got the medications mixed up and killed those 14 patients. And yet, now listen good, and yet, that nurse had the nerve to go and die before admitting to her wrongdoing. She didn't even offer any sort of explanation to me. And this is the kicker. She up and has herself a grand old accident and crashes her car. Smash! Crunch! Instantly transforming her car into an accordion model. And some people are so selfish. That's right. About a year ago, all the tabloid shows were talking about it. 14 victims of medical malpractice and the nurse's mysterious fatal accident. It was fatal. She's right here. Or is that someone else? That might be someone else. It's fucking Maya again. Oh no! I want you to help me prove I'm innocent. You do realize I'm a lawyer, not a private investigator, right? No, this is something only you can do. Huh? Maya Fey. You know this girl, correct? Maya, why would he know her name? I heard you were working under her for a little while. Well, yes, I mean... Hey, wait a second here. I worked under her? I'm going to have her call the spirit of that nurse that went and got herself killed. Oh, but she gave me one condition before accepting my request. A condition? The condition is you, Mr. Wright. She said she wouldn't do the channeling without first seeing you again. Me? We went out to the village. June 19th. So this is, Crane Village? Maya's hometown. Why, hello there. What an odd little girl. Someone else is coming this way. Nick! Maya! How are you? It's good to see you again. Wow, I didn't think you'd really show up. It's not that big a deal. You made it sound like you were so far away. Well, maybe I exaggerated, just a little. It was only 2 hours by train. If I had known you were this close, I'd have visited more. We haven't spoken in like 2 years. Hey Maya, I brought a present for you. Ah, it's good to see this tarnished badge again. What do you mean by tarnish? Well look, this badge is like every other. It's bound to lose its color and shine after years and years. But you know, polishing it up once in a while wouldn't be a bad idea. See, at least Maya appreciates seeing my badge. It shows that I am a defense attorney. Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about that girl I saw earlier. Do you know her? Oh, you mean Pearlie. Pearl Fay. She's my cousin. Isn't she adorable? Just like yours truly. She's gonna be the killer in the next trial. Pearl is on trial. She stabbed a man in cold blood. Yep, she's a medium too. Pearlie's a real genius when it comes to channeling. I see. Hope I didn't scare her when I tried to talk to her earlier. Nah, it's not you. My aunt drilled it into her head that if a suspicious looking person tries to talk to you, run away. Suspicious looking? Well, you're not wearing training clothes for starters. Of course not. Pearlie is my aunt's most valued treasure, so she's not allowed to go outside of town. She doesn't know much about the world outside of Crane Village. Aunt. Pearlie's mother is my aunt, duh. Come on, Nick. Well, Nick, you don't understand how family relations work. I was given a guide map to this building. Here, Mr. Wright, I have a copy for you too. Guide map added to the court record. What do we need a guide map for? I thought we were just here for a channeling. Oh no, I don't like where this is going. Is this the day Maya murdered someone again? What are you going to do once the nurse's spirit has been called? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to have her write a signed confession. Signed confession? Yes, a confession. Pay attention. I'll have her write this. 1 year ago, on May 2nd, 14 patients died due to my negligence. And then, on May 24th, I fell asleep at the wheel and died in a car accident due to my further negligence. I'm sorry and I apologize for being negligent. That's what I'll have her write. But a confession, the rain falling on my soul can finally stop. It's the murderer, Your Honor. It's this guy right here, Mr. Gray. So, how'd you hear about Maya Fey? I heard about her from an acquaintance, a girl studying the occult at the college. That girl introduced me to this village. This is the home of the Crane School of Channeling. And Miss Maya is a daughter of the Master, I hear. Master? Anyway, do you see that door? That's the room where people and spirits meet. Miss Maya's aunt is in there right now. Would you care to meet her? Wow, it's such a strange atmosphere in here. These flickering lights. I guess they're candles. Good sir, who might you be? My name is Phoenix Wright. Oh, you must be that good sir. You are a lawyer, are you not, good sir? I have heard much about you from Mystic Maya. Is that so? Mystic Maya. I am Mystic Maya's aunt. Aunt. I feel like I would say it this way. Morgan Fay. A mirror-like object with a cloudy reflective surface. Some branches of a sacred tree have been set in a predetermined arrangement. Good sir, I wonder if you would please not touch the sacred objects. Those objects are being offered to the spirits. If you were to touch them, good sir, they will become cursed. Yes, cursed. The folding screen is really showing its age. All of its edges are a bit tattered. The lettering is fading too. I think I recognize a few of the characters on here. Ku-ra-in. I'm pretty sure that's what it says. Maybe I'll ask Maya about it later. There is some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. Someone's gonna die in there. Someone's gonna die in there. So why do you add Mystic to Maya's name? Isn't that a little strange? Good sir. Yes. How dare you be so rude and disrespectful towards Mystic Maya? I'm sorry. She must be addressed by her proper title, good sir. You must call her Mystic Maya. So about Mystic Maya, it is the blood. Excuse me? Blood? Mystic Maya carries the blood of the Master. In actuality, she is the only one remaining. Mystic Maya is the last of the rightful heirs of the Kurain channeling technique. Okay, then where do you stand? That is a little more complicated. Although a woman of the Fae clan, I am merely a member of the Branch family. Branch family? What's that? It is as it sounds. For a member of the Branch family, no matter her spiritual power, she can never become the master of the Kurain school. So how strong are you? It is a shame, however, I will admit. I cannot even begin to compare the lowliness of my power to the master's. So that's how it is. So Maya actually has superpowers in comparison to everyone else here. So this room is the channeling chamber. The place where a spirit medium speaks with those who have departed. I don't suppose you'd mind if we observed the session. Do not even think of such nonsense. Only the medium and the client may enter here. Oh. The secrets of the Kurain techniques cannot be seen by just anybody. I never stopped Maya from doing it in front of me before. Yeah, that's the thing. She's been doing that a lot. It's a power that must not be shown publicly, especially not in a court of law. Okay, Maya, whenever you're ready and you want to channel spirits of the damned again, you fire on away before the court. It is also for your safety, good sir, if something were to go wrong. That is why, while channeling is being performed, that heavy door is securely locked. Oh, that's what the lock is for. Oh, yes. I wonder if you've yet to meet Pearl, good sir. Pearl? She's an adorable, angelic young girl. Oh, that odd. She is my daughter. Now then. What was it you were about to say? Oh, I was about to say that odd, peculiar, strange, like, weirdo baby. I don't know what's going on with her. She's a kid, is she? A pure heart that knows not of the evils in this world is a powerful thing, good sir. Please refrain from affiliating with her, I request. This garden is really breathtaking. Someone put a lot of love into it. What is that over there? Is that an incinerator? Looks a little out of place in a garden like this. Okay, some evidence might be disposed of again. It's a really old urn. The ashes of a person long dead are inside. It looks like something with a long history. Other than that, it's not very interesting, so time to move on. There's bedding spread out on the floor. It looks like someone's sleeping in one. I shouldn't disturb them. The decorative wooden bear sculpture. There's a plate attached to the base. Kurain Village. Heart of channeling. What the? It's a souvenir. Does this mean it's easy to spot bears here? For them to spot you. Hey you, hold on now. This gal's got a few questions to ask. I'm sure I've heard that southern accent somewhere before. Oh my god, she's back. Hobby, this Mr. Phoenix Wright. How y'all been? Kind of seen you in what, a year? You are... Lot of hair. Oh, I kind of want to say this. Lot of hair, was it? Lot of who? Well, you best not be making fun of my hair now. No, I wasn't making fun. I was complimenting you on your fine hair. I dare say you're one heartless man, Mr. Wright. It was cause of my testimony that your friend got out of being guilty. But looks like you already forgot that. Hold up. You were working with the prosecution at first as one of their witnesses. and came after us as if we were a piece of sirloin steak. Minor detail, stop being so uptight, letting little things get in the way. Name's Hart, a lot of heart. Don't you go forgetting it again. Now listen here, I'm here to take some pictures today. Gonna get myself a real scoop. Oh, this is gonna be evidence in the case again. Does she have her, like, time-sensitive camera again that, like, it reacts to a noise? Oh, here we go. Didn't I say I was gonna make a name for myself as a famous paranormal photographer? Oh, that's right. This ain't no time to be wasting time. I don't know if this showed up. Hang on. I just got an achievement. A lot of hair, was it? So, making progress. Mystic Maya, an honored guest. Please proceed into the channeling chamber. With this, I can finally swat all those pesky flies. Once and for all. You hear me? They won't be able to say a single bad thing about me after this. You would love to hear them apologize, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Mr. Wright? Me? Oh, yeah, I sure would. Mystic Maya, do you have the channeling chamber key? Yep, right here. That key is one of a kind, so please take care of it well. It'll be fine, Aunt Morgan. I won't lose it, trust me. Okay, Dr. Gray, let's get started. Finally, let's go. Is Dr. Gray gonna die? He very well might. Oh no. Now let's wait patiently out here for him. Please have some lovely bitter green tea and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. Jaw-droppingly large strawberry dessert. Like, holy shit, man. Look at the size of this. Bang. Hey now, what was that just now? Came from inside the channeling chamber. Hey, that's a gunshot. Excuse me? I've heard that sound before. It's a gunshot. I'd bet my afro on it. We gotta go in. Well, Mr. Laurel, what's the plan? What else? We're going to break in. What? But there's only one key and that kid's got it. We're going to have to break the door. Is that alright, Miss Faye? Well, yes, but there is one matter. That is, don't try to stop me. You can send the repair bill to the Wright & Co. law offices later. Yeah, now that's what I call being a man. Slam. Slam. Crash. Oh, no. Dr. Gray! I was murdered. That man murdered me. So I killed him. What? Another photo. Lot had a time like this. Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? Step away from there. Please leave this area to me. Go quickly and inform the police. But, hurry, before there are more victims here. My cell phone doesn't get reception way out here. So I ended up using the phone booth to call the police. Oh no, is Maya possessed? Because that's going to be a hard one to defend in court. Oh no. That gal, Maya, she wasn't the one that pulled the trigger, was she? Lada doesn't know that when Maya is channeling, her whole physical appearance changes. Then again, weren't there only the two of them in there? I reckon she must have done it then. Okay, right, so there was someone behind that screen. Morgan is in on the crime. She's an accomplice because she's jealous of the power that Maya has. So she wants to implicate them so she can lay claim to the Maya Faye estate. Bada bing, bada boom, job done. Officer, take him away. There's going to be one other character that's introduced. They're behind the curtain. They killed him. Dr. Gray himself may have actually, the rumors may be true, and he may have actually killed the woman. So when Maya channeled the nurse, of course she would say it was him. He killed me. Now we spend the next 4 hours to see if I was right. Miss Faye, how's Mystic Maya? He has returned to this world. The spirit severing technique was successful. Let me see her, please. He is still unconscious. I humbly request that you wait outside for her recovery. Guess I just have to wait. It's waiting for her recovery because there's still someone in there who's kind of set planting evidence. The police are here. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, you again. What are you doing all the way out here, Detective Gumshoe? It's actually kind of funny. I was in the area for a business trip, pal. Well, time to check out the crime scene. What kind of business trip would he have out here? The police are busily running here and there. I don't see Maya anywhere. Hey you, don't touch anything. Look, I really need to ask you some questions. So, Dr. Gray was shot with a gun, huh? He was shot in the forehead. But he was also stabbed in the chest with a knife. Okay. Basically, the Vic was first stabbed and he was shot. There were 2 gunshots as well. Side room. Whoever was asleep is surely awake now. No, it looked like someone was asleep, but they might not have been there. I'm pretty sure there was someone sleeping here earlier. We didn't check up close. Maybe they were present, but they set it up to make it look like someone was actually asleep there when there wasn't anyone. So it'll be a cover story, because then when it comes to court, this person who's about to be introduced is going to say, I was asleep the entire time. So isn't it about time to start? Time to start what? You know, like the channeling? Channeling? No, actually, the situation has kind of changed. Huh? Like, what do you mean? Please stay calm, but there has been a murder. So, like, a murder is that thing where, like, one person kills another, right? Yes, a person has killed another person. It's horrible. It's terrible. There's blood everywhere. Oh, that's, what are the words I'm looking for? It's like, totally a bummer. Yes, it is pretty bumming. A man has died. My name is Eeny Miny. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch the tiger by the toe. At the college, I'm researching and studying parapsychology. Parapsychology. That's right. I think people, like, usually call it occult studies or something. Like supernatural phenomenon, ESP and psychic powers, that sort of stuff. Like, I had a really good nap, and, like, I was thinking of leaving it like this. So, like, it's all set for tonight. It's still set up like that. I'm convinced it's just like it's clothes or something in there. So I was the one who told Dr. Gray about this place. No, she is the killer. She wanted Dr. Gray dead, and Morgan wanted to pin it on Maya for reasons we've already explored. Oh, because there was the hair. She was the person who survived the car crash. This is like the nurse's sister or something. She's called Eeny Miny because you gotta catch her. I see. Then why were you taking a nap here? Like, I wasn't feeling good. Huh? I'm, like, allergic to sesame seeds. They, like, must have put some in the food they served for lunch. You're so suspicious. So you were sleeping here the entire time? Yeah, ever since lunch. So you don't know anything about the murder that took place. Like what? Oh, that. I, like, totally know nothing. Lock her up. You and Dr. Gray knew each other, right? I don't know any Dr. Gray. Oh, really? And what was all that talk about him earlier? Huh? Well, like, a long time ago, I was, like, a patient, yeah? She sounds like she's trying to hide something. Oh, Ack! Hey, how are you? You're Pearl, right? Silent as ever. Huh? What's that she's got in her hand? I've seen it somewhere before. She has the key. What is it? Is it my hair? Is it too spiky? Not spiky enough? She ran away. Pearl is the killer! Pearl shot the gun twice, and that wasn't enough. She stabbed Dr. Gray in the heart. Maya was arrested and taken away by the police. I don't see myself getting any sleep tonight. At least we know she's gonna be okay, because this is all a flashback. Okay, well, here we are again. Now we just need Edgeworth to be convicted of a murder too. And we've come full circle. What am I going to do? I never imagined it would turn out like this. Calm down, Maya. Take deep breaths. I went into that room with Dr. Gray, locked the door, and sat down across from him. We closed our eyes, and I began the channeling. It sounded kind of creepy. At the beginning of a scary story. And that's the last thing I remember. When I came to, I was being held in my aunt's arms. And there was blood all over my clothes. Oh, but I do remember having a dream. A dream? What kind of dream did you have while you were channeling? I was on the boat from the previous game in Case, and I was standing there, and I was looking out over the boat shack, and I could see a rather rotund man trying to scratch his way inside the window. I'm not really sure what he was doing there. Then I heard some maniacal laughing and everything went dark. I was in school for some reason. And you were there. I was dead and buried in the ground. I couldn't move, and it was unbearable, really suffocating. It went something like that. I see. I have no idea what to say to that. There was a really familiar smell too. Under the ground. Yeah, I can't quite place it, but I know I've smelled that same scent before. I'll be back later, Maya. In the meantime, please make sure you prepare it, okay? Huh? It? What is it? The document requested me to be your attorney, of course. No. But... what's wrong? Are you sure? I mean, I'm guilty. I'm a murderer. No one's decided that yet. But I did. I killed that person. With these 2 hands. That's enough, Maya. When is the trial? It sounds like tomorrow. As usual, 0 prep time. This court is awful as well. It's like when the crime is committed, like next day trial. Well, there might be some more evidence to gather from the scene still. But I want to get off for golf this weekend. This is called Magatama. It's a magical charm and it's always protected me. Give this to Pearly, and I'm sure she'll lend you her spiritual powers. Magatama received from Maya. Slightly translucent, it's small but has a deep, profound aura about it. It looks like Detective Gumshoe isn't here today. I should take this chance and thoroughly check this room. If I'm lucky, I might uncover a clue or two. Oh, Mr. Wright. Good morning. I'm on my way to go meet Mystic Maya, and I thought to bring her some items to make her feel more at home. Namely, tea so bitter you lose your tongue, and jaw-droppingly large strawberry desserts. Sure, Maya will be very grateful. That's Mystic Maya, good sir. She is one scary lady. What happened here in this room after I left? Well, first I struck Mystic Maya on the head to make her go unconscious, correct? That is correct. Next, I performed the Spirit Severing technique. Spirit Severing technique. The spirit of that nurse was inside of Mystic Maya's body. I used the technique to send the nurse's spirit back to the other world. I'm grateful that one of our heirlooms was not damaged in this horrible incident. And that would be that folding screen there. It is the Korean sacred writings. Along with the Korean sacred urn, they are this village's most treasured possessions. If I ever found out that something had happened to either one, oh, the humanity. How is Pearl today? Mr. Wright. Yes? In this world, Pearl is my most treasured possession. When compared to even Mystic Maya, Pearl has the spiritual power to become a master. That's very impressive. Her spiritual strength is so great, it's even greater than the sum of the main family. Yeah, so this is her motivation. She's doing it for Pearl. Yes, Pearl is a channeling prodigy and is the pride of the branch family. Look at the screen. It's a beautiful and expensive folded screen. It also looks quite old. It seems to be some sort of sacred text written on it, but I can't read it. It's a hole. Could this have been made by a bullet? There was someone behind the screen. I knew it. And is it on the bottom? Because they turned it upside down to try and cover their tracks more, so it's less noticeable. Because from down there, it's impossible it would have hit. There is some empty space behind the folding screen. The light of the candles can't reach back there, so it's completely dark. I hope no one is hiding back there. There was someone hiding back there, though. That's the thing. There's a box. Mysterious box. Now, where did this box come from? Sure, this wasn't here last night. Looks like a box for storing clothes, but it's pretty big for just clothes. Mostly empty, but a few folded pieces of channeling costumes sit at the bottom. Channeling costumes? Okay. You surprised me. How are you today? I guess she isn't open to friendly chatting. Oh, she's still holding something in her hand. Looks like the same thing she had yesterday. Okay, what about this? Because she'll associate that with Maya. Oh yeah, Maya said to give this to you. I'm in trouble now. If Morgan sees us like this, I'll be the next one they're channeling. That's Mystic Maya's. Who are you? I'm Phoenix Wright. I worked with Maya. You worked with Mystic Maya? You're Mr. Nick, right? Excuse me? You're Mystic Maya's special someone. What? You're going to help Mystic Maya, aren't you? That's what you're going to do, right? Well, yeah, I will. Oh, wow. It's like a beautiful fairy tale. That earnest look shining brightly in your eyes. It must be true love. What? What a wonderful relationship. Oh no, Pearl. Wait, I mean, things aren't like we're just friends, you know. Alright, Mr. Nick. I may be small, but I'm gonna help you in any way I can. What do you know about the bullet hole? By the way, may be rude, but which channeling school are you from? Which channeling school? Yes, for example, I studied the Korean technique. I get it. No, I'm a lawyer. A lawyer. Lawyer? Is that related to spirit mediums in any way? You know, surprisingly, at this point, it kinda is. Lawyers regularly invoke the dead to testify in court proceedings. What's that you got there, Pearl? Oh, this? I found it yesterday. If you want it, I can give it to you. Ooh, I think we accept it. You look like a child at a toy store, Mr. Nick. He not only speaks in a refined manner, but laughs in one too. Black key added to the court record. Is that the same key as the one we saw? Mr. Nick. Yes, Pearls, I can call you that, right? You're too cute to just call you Pearl. Sure, Mr. Nick. Are you sure it's okay for me to have this Magatama? Yeah, it's okay. I was told to give it to you. But I can't accept something like this. All I really should do is charge this Magatama with spiritual energy. Spiritual energy? Please take this, I'm sure it'll be helpful. What do you mean? It will let you see people's secrets. See people's secrets? If it's alright with you, I would like to accompany you for a little while. I can explain the Magatama's power to you when we meet someone hiding a secret. Okay, now we actually have magic powers. Hello again, we seem to be seeing a lot of each other today. She's like totally cute. Is she like your daughter? What? No! How old do you think I am? I wanted to ask you about the victim, Dr. Gray. I like totally don't know him. Oh, hello there. What is that? You can see it, can't you, Mr. Nick? You can see the lock in that person's heart. Oh, what? This is the power of the Magatama. Only you can see these psych locks, Mr. Nick. Psych locks? Huh. The more someone wants to hide the secret, the more locks you'll see. If it's only one, I think you can easily unlock it. Unlock? But how? You must be careful though, Mr. Nick. If you make a mistake, it will hurt you. If you don't think you have the proof you need, you must have the courage to stop. Gotta start somewhere, let's try giving the psych lock thing a try. It will hurt me to do this. Kingdom Hearts, let's go. Phoenix Wright didn't get the smash in the end, but Sora did, so it's basically the same now. Here we go. The victim. I believe you do know who Dr. Gray is. I told you, like, how many times do I, like, have to repeat myself? If you're, like, so totally sure, then where's, like, your proof? I don't know if I have that right now. I do have profiles, though. I don't think I have enough evidence yet. I should investigate and gather some more clues before I try again. I don't think there's any rush on that, yeah. If I rush into it, then I'm gonna get Phoenix hurt. Hey, you're a cute kid. Ha ha ha. I'm not scary, honest. Oh, I never knew Gumshoe liked kids. Hey, I know, I'll show you something cool. How's this? It's a real, genuine pistol. Detective Gumshoe, what are you showing her showing her something that dangerous? Oh, sorry. Does he just have the gun that was like found as evidence from the room? Check this out. Let me just contaminate this with some fingerprints. The victim wasn't super famous, but people still knew who he was. His face was all over those tabloid shows last year. I was looking through some newspapers from last year and... Huh? I could have sworn I cut an article out, but I guess I must have lost it. Searching through his pockets, and boy are those big. About Maya's trial tomorrow. Got 2 pieces of news for you, pal. 2? Yeah, bad news and even worse news. Gumshoe, we're on the clock here. Consolidate the bad news into one piece of fucking terrible news. Alright, pal. Well, the prosecutor for the trial... Wait, no, wait. You naive fools! You thought you could stop me! Von Karma! How? What? Von Karma? Manfred Von Karma. He was an awe-inspiring veteran prosecutor. He never lost a case in the 40 years of his career. And he raised a fearsome disciple. The horrible aftertaste of the evil he force-fed me is something I'll never forget. Didn't Von Karma stand trial and... That's where the other piece of bad news comes in. Oh no, there's a sequel. Oh no, it's Von Karma too! There must always be a Von Karma, Phoenix. You have but stopped me temporarily. So, who is the successor to Von Karma? Literally, pal, it's Prosecutor Von Karma's kid. I had a contingency plan, Phoenix. I knew you would catch me, so I had an heir. There must always be a prosecutor to bring you down in court. His kid became a prosecutor real young, like 13, and hasn't lost a trial since. That's what I call a prodigy, pal. 13, the kid became a prosecutor at the age of 13. I mean, a prodigy like that, I would have heard something about. Oh, no. Kid was born and raised in Germany, pal. That's why I took all those holidays, Phoenix. It wasn't just to remove the bullets from my shoulder. I was raising a child to defeat you all this time. Still, all it takes is someone mentioning the name Von Karma. Oh my god, we're never gonna be free from the shackles. I get terrible flashbacks to that case. None of that matters anymore, now that he's gone. Dr. Gray brought this over to my office the other day and... Hey, what's that news story? The one about the malpractice suit. I brought my own clipping with me today. Here, pal. This is for you. Alright, thanks. Mimi Miney. It's her sister. Oh my god, I called this. Take a look at this newspaper clipping. Mimi Miney. Miney is a pretty rare last name, wouldn't you say? She was my older sister. I'm sorry about your loss. Your sister, was she a nurse? Perhaps at Dr. Gray's surgical clinic. Gray Surgical Clinic. I don't think I need to tell you that the clinic was run by the victim, Dr. Turner Gray. Which is how you knew of Dr. Gray. You knew him through your sister. Unlock success. That's a new mechanic. My sister's name was Mimi Miney. She was like a nurse at Dr. Gray's clinic. That's what I thought. I heard that like Dr. Gray was really tough on people. Like a total slave driver. My sis was like always coming home totally wiped out because she was overworked. Wiped out? That's why she fell asleep at the wheel. That guy like drove my sis so hard, so like that's why the accident happened. The one where 14 patients died from malpractice. Yeah, like I think that was the doctor's fault too. My sis was pushed by like everyone's expectations and like her duties and stuff. And that pushed her to her death. You understand now, Mr. Nick? This is how a psych lock works. Well, I won't plan to pry into people's hearts unless I absolutely need to. Lock this time was pretty easy, but you might meet people who aren't as willing to give in later on. If you don't have enough proof, be careful and know when to stop trying. Sorry to keep you waiting. Oh, it must be Maya. It's been a long time, hasn't it, Phoenix? It's Mia. Even without me being here, it looks like you've learned to stand on your own. Mia, she's Maya's older sister and my mentor. She was a top-notch defense lawyer, but a certain case forced her into retirement. But whenever I'm in trouble, she comes to help, just like this. Her spirit comes back from the other world and borrows Maya's body for a bit, whenever the plot demands it in court, and we're missing the vital piece of evidence that we need. I told her everything about what had happened in the last 2 days. Mia closed her eyes, deep in thought, while she listened. It's pretty clear what a good lawyer does in this situation. And that is, tell me, please. Believe in your convictions. And fight for the complete acquittal of your client. From what you've told me, sounds like Maya was having a dream while channeling. Yeah, she said she dreamt that she had died and had been buried in the ground. But that is impossible. You've heard it from her, I'm sure. When a medium channels, her own spirit disappears. Which means that it's impossible for her to dream during that time. Then, what does this mean? I think it's safe to say that Maya was set up. A setup? It's up to you to blow the lid in this case tomorrow and show how she was set up. If you're looking for a clue, it's already in your hands. It is. Just as it sounds, Phoenix, you already hold the key. Of course! It's been here this entire time! Mia, have you seen this key before? Ah, the key. It's literally the key to understanding everything that's happened in this case. This key. Phoenix, listen. Right now, that key is sitting in your hand. However, it shouldn't be. It contradicts the facts. What does she mean? I'm certain this key will be a piece of evidence that makes your case tomorrow. I didn't know it at the time. But this day was going to end with a turn for the surprising. Wait, what? Mia, what? What's wrong? That's right, only I can see the psych locks. Which means, Mia must know something about the real murderer, for this to be something that she would hide under lock and key from even me. What in the world is going on? We have to unlock the guard. The guard knows the secret. Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean? No, I heard it's a successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, also he could win. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now his successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. Hurley, you showed up. Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. She said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep, I snuck out of the manor and followed a map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not, I ran. Oh no, that can't be safe. It takes 2 hours by train. Oh my god. Hurley, what about the train? Huh? What's a train? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edge will be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgywort? Who's that? He's Nick's rival. Well, he's also a friend. I was more than just a rival. I'll have you know. I was the best prosecutor to ever face Phoenix Wright in the courtroom. I still remember him as though I'd seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorchingly fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. But when you're rivals for life... Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. Forgot you don't know. He's gone. And he's not coming back. Wait a second. What's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. I knew he was going on a break, but I didn't know he was gone forever. He was shot in an elevator. Oh no, not him as well. Yes, for you see, my successor had a job to finish. Having failed the gunshot myself, I trained them to finish you. Von Karma, no! What is it with you in this elevator shaft? Mr. Phoenix Wright. This is Von Karma's kid. Can I do a version of that? Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am Franziska Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about a father, Manfred Von Karma? If it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can. Ow! Did she just fucking whip the judge? If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Please speak with your mouth like a normal person, I beg of you. Oh my god, she's attacking people. This has to be like in contempt of court. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. What is the defense's position? Your Honor, does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. 10 minutes. I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. Like father, like daughter, Jesus Christ. I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. Plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of themselves. We could very easily make a solid case if it was self-defense, but the defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because the plea justified self-defense is to say you did kill someone. Witness your name and occupation. Yes, sir, my name is Detective Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the local precinct. Ah! Get to the point already! Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, you see, Phoenix, for my father might be gone, but he left a legacy. What will you do now, Phoenix, as his machinations have come to undo you? Von Karma too! No! The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead point blank. The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints! It seems kind of ironic for a Von Karma to vouch for the fucking fingerprints of all things in the case, along with the victims. The defendant, Maya Faze, were also on the gripster. And how do you know you shot at point blank?
Tisk, 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 Mr. Phoenix Wright. I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country.
Why is she saying that so much?
Gunpowder burn.
Gunpowder burn?
When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole.
Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left in the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife was it? It looks like it belonged to the face, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it.
But that's the thing, because they locked the room, and that's when they got the fingerprints all over everything. Ha ha ha! What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Yes, but you see, I taught my daughter all my famous expressions. What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright? For our family will defeat you! Von Karma's, no!
Are you sure he was stabbed first, then shot? Yep, sure can be. One can look at the wounds and you come to the same conclusion too, pal.
A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What a pain. What will you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense? Because now would be the time to do so. This is your final chance. This is a huge decision. Better think this through all the way. She's not guilty.
And Francesca Von Karma was the real killer. Yes, it was I behind the screen, Phoenix.
The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal.
You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective.
Yes, sir?
Present the final portion of your testimony. The final strike.
Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder, there are blood splatters on it. Oh god, it's not looking good.
Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer.
I can't believe she actually said, "What will you do now, Mr. Phoenix Wright?" Like, that's the exact, that's word for word what we've been saying. I still can't get, I'm on like a high after that. I'm not coming down from that a while. There must be something about this costume. I just have to look
Did the bullet pass through? Oh my god, yes. They shot through the screen. It missed. That has to be it. The shot missed.
I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. Hold on! What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. The hole that smells of gunpowder. Looks like I found the hole I was looking for. Did it, Phoenix. They really set that up like 3 times with that joke.
That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke. Nothing more.
How can you say something like that? This is a huge oversight. While I agree it's a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way. Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony.
Is it the hole in the screen? Could Gray have launched the shot?
I mean, this has to come into play. Let's try it. No.
Unless it's the bullet here again. It's the bullet here again. Okay, I'm surprised it's that, because we just addressed that.
You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlooked supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? Ah, you're right. It seems you are correct. If the victim had tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now do you... Why, that's right. And I'm going to hit you a bit now to really hammer this point home. Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired added in, of course. Oh, you mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah! He's gotta stop attacking people. During the channel, the defendant saw a chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. There's quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Adding body strength, it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it, yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such a flimsy reasoning, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Maya Fey was in the middle of channeling, was she not? When channeling with the current channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. Don't believe it. He even studied up on the current channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind. I'm just the judge of this trial. It's not like I need to have all this knowledge to hand to make an informed decision. Let's just overlook these glaring details. Oh, he didn't quite miss, is the thing. Could it be that? Oh my god, it's the robe again. You think every time we address it, we're in the clear. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? Right. Okay. Gunpowder burn. This is what you testified earlier. When someone is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn in this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that he fired. How was that? According to testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Well, then, that's right. The defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have had put some space between the doctor and herself. And while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took his shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? You must be careful. Can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There's a fatal flaw in our argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yeah! Very interesting. I would love to see what this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. Put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. And when she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. Must be a piece of evidence that contradicts his line of thinking. Is it the fucking robe again? Is this one the screen? Finally, I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches off the ground, which means when the shot was fired, the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot, and the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location, about 8 inches off the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. She's like right here. Okay, alright, I'm curious where this goes now. Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Miss Von Karma. Your father fired that gun in an elevator shaft, and I presume you've studied it well. she was shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. Just like there wasn't with your dad.
Curse you, Phoenix Wright. You.
I believe it is now improving that. The defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. The prosecution has claimed the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with the knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way over by the folding screen. Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be at by the folding screen instead of preparing the strike? Oh no, she's got something else up her sleeve.
You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had a tough time with you. You amuse me, Phoenix. Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective's farce.
Oh, face even.
I think it's time to call in the next witness.
Next witness? That's gotta be Lotta.
Your name and occupation, if you please.
Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Sorry about oh wait, I did the wrong voice there. Hey, Phoenix! How you doing? It's me, Lotta Hart. I've been to Disneyland. Sorry about this, didn't exactly have a choice, you know. Yowza!
Name and occupation.
Hey, Judge, I'm turning into Goofy again. Disneyland, Florida, come holiday. Everything's becoming goofy. I will encompass everything. That's fine. That's fine. That ain't fine. That's a whip. Yeah!
There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish foolishly foolish fools.
What's the fool counter on? We've had a lot.
Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder.
I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet.
He's just gonna attack everyone.
Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside the door and then bang! We hear this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Inside was the dead victim and the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Wrecking course. Excuse me? Wrecking course. It's short for you reckon. Course I did. Ah!
Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court.
Moment of truth. What will be in that picture?
Wait, what? That's not what we saw.
Oh my god, there's no way that's what we saw.
Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Lotta, please think back to that day one more time. What you getting at? Remember what you said when we broke into the room. Lotta, at a time like this. I was like, this is perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal, is she Maya? You couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see. Order, Miss Hart. You were here to present accurate testimony.
Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber.
When they entered?
One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Maya was channeling, but I think maybe what happened is she was hidden behind the screen. I think then Innie, in disguise, came out and killed him.
It is possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant. What? Do you know what you are proposing? Yeah, that's just plain fool's talk. Thanks, guys. Your show of support was just great. It's not the fucking robe again, is it? Is it like the robe, like a fourth time? Oh my god, it's always the robe. Here is your proof. Is there a problem?
Oh no, I thought I would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. Oh no, okay, it wasn't the robe. Kind of relieved it wasn't the robe. I'm gonna give up on it if I can for now. Let's see what this does. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor.
That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey.
Didn't say anything about giving up. I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. Is that it? Is this all I could do? I think it is quite obvious to the court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible.
I told you, I told you, totally 100% impossible. We're saved! Yeah! Oh, thank God, the Deus Ex Machina is gonna save us once again. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles, no matter how bad it gets. Mia! I guess I made it just in time, wouldn't you say? But... Pearls! Those are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Poor Pearls, she's just been completely possessed. She must be fucking terrified right now. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. You remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! Yeah, there's a second picture. I was murdered. What? A lot at a time like this. Yep, there's two pictures. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, any unrelated— No, shit! It's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect. Absolutely flawless. And what better time than this for you to see that? Von Karma! Thank you! But I mean, I have some place I must go after this. This fucking judge. I really gotta go golfing later. You know, I want to get to my dinner plans. I don't really care about honor or holding the house of law here. I just do this to pay the bills. I have no integrity. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kind of scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. You took 2 shots. 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. No, you got it all wrong, ain't it? It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. And why have you not shown this other picture to the court yet? Well, ain't it obvious? That prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? Von Karma! Miss Von Karma! You're hiding critical evidence! I thought this picture was not important, and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Did Lotta's photo 2 add to the court record? What? What is this? What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Oh, I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. It's not, yeah. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? If it is Maya, it's Maya but possessed. And Maya but possessed is not going to hold up in court. But it's definitely not her. Maybe not in real court. Will anime court accept that Maya is possessed right now? In the real world, it'd be like, okay, like your Phoenix would be just locked up. Okay, anime court though, let's try it. As you can plainly see, the person in this picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face. Her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There is only one conclusion that can be drawn then. That somehow, this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. You're too soft. Huh? You're soft in an Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling. I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Miss Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitors room. Oh, okay, here we go, anime court. Who took this picture? This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she is obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove it's not Maya? Wait, so is Innie not guilty? And this is gonna be a case that it's just Morgan who kind of orchestrated this. Now I'm doubting myself. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. A contradiction? So you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange in this picture to the court? The sleeves. It's the sleeves.
There's no gunshot. Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Ah! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Miss Von Karma, you intend to hide this valuable piece of evidence. You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to our argument. Don't celebrate yet. You'd like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Miss Von Karma's face. Ah, she's got that condescending grin plastered all over her face again. I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the precinct hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it. That woman knew about everything. The bullet hole, the picture, everything. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order, order, order! If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. No! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess, I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know, if you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis, you're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... What? I swear, I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. She's attacking everyone. Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Same. Yeah, chat wants to cry too. Oh no. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. Can't believe that even Mia's called me by my full name. But I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change her perspective. I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? I had proof that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Is it just the key? Is this the second key? I don't know. Let's try it. Please take a good look at this. A third person had entered, Your Honor. And I have the proof right here. Did I try the screen? A third person had entered it, Your Honor. And I have the evidence. I don't know, there's two ways to go about it then. You can prove either of them. If I can prove Maya left the room. Is it the key here? We didn't try that. It is, Miss Hart. You remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey, that's the channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in your possession? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Oh shit, no. If it is the only key still, it wasn't there. It was outside and Pearl only found it. It still only is one, but the fact that we have it and it wasn't taken as evidence is really alarming if you think about it. So that means Pearl is the murderer! Lock her away, guys. I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! How can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant's guilt is not possible. My perfect case. How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. My darling dad would not allow it.
For you see, Phoenix, I will defeat you yet. Just you wait and see.
I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. Wow, that was you, Pearly. You summoned my sis. Yes, I felt I had no choice. That's quite menacing. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick, do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls, you ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing, so sheltered. To be continued.